Very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. And yes, there is plenty of action that has happened in the world of cricket, and there is a lot of action going on in the world of wrestling, not on the mat, but off the mat. In this edition of the Morning Wrap, I'm going to present to you what has happened in the aftermath of Shubman Gill's magnificent heroics in Hyderabad. But at the same time, I'll also update you on what is currently going on with the wrestlers in India. So let me first begin with Shubman Gill and his masterful knock in Hyderabad. We all saw what a very, very special knock it was. And Shubman Gill created history by becoming the youngest player to score a double ton in ODIs. But after the match, when he got the Man of the Match awards, the BCCI uploaded a video where he is having a conversation with Ishan, Kishan, and Rohit Sharma. Now, Shubman Gill has revealed some very, very interesting insights about how he prepares for the pre-match. And in the pre-match routine, he has criticized, in a very fun and banterful way, he has criticized Ishan Kishan because Shubman Gill has said that Ishan Kishan spoils my entire pre-match routine because both of them are roommates. And that is why Ishan Kishan, when he plays music, when he watches a movie, he turns it on full volume. He does not allow Shubman Gill to sleep. So in that way, there is plenty of banter in that sense. Rohit Sharma is quick to diffuse the situation. And Ishan Kishan says, you're staying in my room, my rules run here. So Rohit Sharma is quick to diffuse the situation by stating that these two are the best of friends and they go back a very, very long time back. And they play a lot of cricket together, and that is why Ishan Kishan and Shubman Gill, the camaraderie that is there on offer, it's truly a great, great sight to see. It was a very fun interaction that all the three had after the end of what was a really thrilling encounter in Hyderabad. New Zealand were very much in the game with 20 runs needed of the final over, and when Michael Bracewell hit that six, we all felt that, okay, perhaps it's going to be New Zealand's day, but Shardul Thakur bowled a fantastic delivery to trap Michael Bracewell LBW, and India just escaped by the skin of their teeth, winning the first ODI by 12 runs. Michael Bracewell has said that the plans were there when he and Mitchell Santner had that partnership. They started to believe. And it was that belief that ensured that they had a 163 run stand for the 7th wicket. From 131 for 6, they reached 294 for 7. And it was this belief that ensured that Michael Bracewell still had it in him to get New Zealand close. But he credited the Indian bowlers for nailing the Yorkers and hitting the right lengths towards overs 45 to 48. And that is what caused him to lose a bit of momentum. And with 20 runs needed and with only 1 wicket remaining, it was far too much to expect for Michael Bracewell and New Zealand to get them over the line. And unfortunately, New Zealand put up a great fight but ended up losing by a good 12 runs. And so New Zealand are trailing 1-0 in the 3-match series, with the second match going to be played on 21st of January at Raipur. Now, from Indian cricket, let us just move to Australia, where there is some very, very disturbing news about former Australia skipper Michael Clarke. Apparently, reports have emerged in the Australian media that footage has emerged of Michael Clarke being involved in a heated public altercation with one of the media representatives, and that is why the situation regarding Michael Clarke is not good at all. There is a lot of verification needed to be done about whether the reports are true, whether it actually has happened, but there are reports circulating in the Australian media that Michael Clarke was involved in a public altercation, a very ugly public altercation. And so let's just hope that for Michael Clarke's sake that it is not true, but there is a lot of verification going on. No one has commented yet, but this is a very, very disturbing news that we have just seen at this point in time. Now, from cricket, let us move to the wrestlers. And we all saw in a development that happened yesterday. It shocked and it rocked the Wrestling Federation of India. And it was a stand that was taken by many of India's top wrestlers that they wanted action. So the likes of Bajrang Punia, the likes of Ravi Daya, the likes of Vinesh Fogart, Sakshi Malik, they have all come behind and gotten united for a cause. And it is day 2 of the protest that is at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, and they have demanded very, very concrete action. The situation is such now that even the center has stepped in and they have issued an ultimatum to the WFI, the Wrestling Federation of India. They have to get everything sorted out in the next 72 hours. Otherwise, the center will come in and initiate action under the sports code. So this is the current situation that is there. The WFI has 72 hours to ensure that this situation is sorted. Otherwise, the center will step in. Looking at all of this, January 18th was supposed to be the National Women's Wrestling Camp in Lucknow, and that has been cancelled because one of the coaches that are involved in that wrestling camp, he has been accused of sexual misconduct, and that is one very, very big problem that everyone's addressing at this point in time. So WFI has been given 72 hours by the center to ensure that this is sorted. Because top India wrestlers like Vinesh Fogart, Sakshi Malik, Bajrang Punia, Ravi Dahiya, and also Yogeshwar Dutt also has jumped into this. WFI will be forced to take action and they will have to ensure that this situation is sorted out because the wrestlers don't look like they are backing down. And this is a very, very important year for the wrestlers because there is Asian Games and then there is also Olympic qualification at stake. With the women's wrestling camp getting cancelled in Lucknow, this does not bode well. And 72 hours out of that, already some hours have reduced and time is running out for the WFI. So one hopes that they can really, really get this thing sorted out because wrestlers on the mat, this is a very important year. Asian Games and Olympic qualification. So things are not looking good when it comes to the wrestlers' protest at Jantar Mantar. One hopes that there is a solution by today or at least by tomorrow. But 72 hours, the clock is running and time is running out for the WFI. From wrestling, let us move to the world of tennis. And Sania Mirza today will play in her doubles encounter at the Australian Open. Remember, yesterday there was a big upset with Rafael Nadal, the number one seed and defending champion, crashing out in 3 straight sets. Remember, Nadal was plagued with a foot injury and a knee injury heading into the Australian Open, but his hip injury has also ensured that time is running out for even Rafael Nadal. Will he be the same heading into the clay court season? Is this the last time we have seen Rafael Nadal at the Australian Open? We don't know. But it was a very sad sight to see Nadal. In the third set, he just could not move. There was no mobility. He was clearly struggling and he lost to Mackenzie McDonald 6-4, 6-4, 7-5. That is how Rafael Nadal's situation is. But Sania Mirza today will play in the doubles. Remember, this is her final Grand Slam. In February, during the Dubai Open, she's going to call it quits from all forms of competitive tennis. Now, at the same time, we are also gearing up for the India Open badminton. Although PV Sindhu and HS Pranoy lost in their opening rounds yesterday, there is a likes of Lakshya Sen, Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty and Saina Nehwal because they will be in action today. And it is a chance for Lakshya Sen as well as Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy to reassert their dominance. But it is also a good thing that Saina Nehwal is in the scheme of things because Saina Nehwal's form has not been good heading into this tournament. So it's a chance for Saina Nehwal to get total redemption. But all eyes will be on the Hockey World Cup today, and it is going to be India versus Wales, Spain versus England in the final Group D encounter of the Hockey World Cup in Rourkela. Remember, the equation is very simple for India. They are assured of a pre-quarterfinal spot or the crossover spot, but they will want to be finishing on top of the table so that they can get direct qualification to the quarterfinals and not play in the pre-quarterfinals. So the equation is simple. India will have to hope that Spain-England match ends in a 0-0 draw and they must beat Wales 4-0. If that happens, then India are through to the quarterfinals directly. But if India fails to win or draw, they will either finish second or third, depending upon the result of the Spain versus England encounter. Now, what will happen if India finish second or third? If India finishes second in the table, they will then take on Malaysia in the crossovers, and then unfortunately in the quarterfinals, they face the Red Lions, Belgium. If India finish third, then they will play New Zealand in the pre-quarters, looking at the current group situations of all the team at this point. If they beat New Zealand, their quarterfinal opponents are their trans-Tasman rivals, the Kookaburras or Australia. And looking at India's recent record against Belgium and Australia, they would not want to be playing them in the quarterfinals indeed. So India will be going all out to ensure that they beat Wales by a big margin. Whatever margin England wins by, they will have to increase their goal tally accordingly. So what happens if there is goal difference also is the same? What happens in that situation? Well, then the number of field goals that a team did, that will be the criteria to determine who finishes first, second, third. Spain, England, and India have all qualified for the pre-quarters, but who secures direct qualification to the quarterfinals, that will be seen today. So India versus Wales in the final Group D encounter of the Hockey World Cup. We hope that India can beat Wales by a big margin and get direct entry into the quarterfinals. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Press the like, comment, and share button. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. And don't forget to download the Sports Talk mobile app, because that is where you're going to get all the information, all the highlights of the T20 leagues in the world. The SA20, the IL20, CPL, BBL, you name it, they have it. And more importantly, they also have highlights of the Hockey World Cup as well. So don't forget to download that Sports Talk mobile app, and also check out their English and Hindi websites as well. Thank you.